I had to fight. Like, I had to advocate for myself for 25 cents. Like,
I tried to advocate for myself. They're like, wait until January. I'm trying to be out by January. What do you mean?
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of our podcast, Double Shot of Chaos.
I'm your host, Evelyn.
And I'm your host, Anila. And we just want to thank you guys so much for all the love and support you guys have given us this past week with the airing of our first episode. We're so appreciative of all our support, all of the support that we're getting. And please keep on liking, subscribing, following, and please tell all your friends and family. We would appreciate it so much.
So on last week's episode, we were talking about Halloween and Halloween topics. And we didn't really get a chance to talk about us.
Yeah,
really.
we didn't, right?
No. So this episode, you guys are gonna get get to know us a little bit better of who we are, how we grew up, and things like that.
You know what's funny? Actually, today I was like at the market and I'm literally just like walking in the aisles and I sense someone's following me. You ever get that feeling?
Yeah.
And then there's like this guy, and I think he worked there because he had the uniform on, and he's like following me through the aisles, and I'm just like looking, like turning around, and I was so uncomfortable. And he was like,
Hold
you
on.
know.
Were you uncomfortable?
Yeah, I was gonna say that. And I had to like stop myself.
I felt it.
Uncomfortable, but like, you know, I was just like, what? Like, and then he was just like watching me, and then till the moment like I paid, like he did not like leave me alone. And I was like, okay, like I even said it to like the cashier. I was like, you know, this guy, he's been following me like the whole time. I don't know if he thinks like I'm going to steal something, like I don't have no reason, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was just like, I felt so like upset about it. Like I was just like, what the hell? Because like, you know, like it's not like I've ever stolen anything in my life, and then for like someone to like judge me based on like, yes, I'm serious.
Whose birthday is?
So that don't count. I was an employee. I earned it. But yeah, no, but like I was just like, what? And I was genuinely very upset. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like, you know? But yeah, like I was like, you know, it was just very like nerve-wracking too. Like someone just following you, like you're just like, you don't know their intentions.
Yeah.
And like once like I paid and I was leaving the supermarket and he like stayed in the supermarket, I was like, oh, so that's what's it about. Like he thinks like I'm gonna steal something. But it's just very sad. Like people just judge you based off like how you look.
Like.
Yeah, what you look like.
You know that actually happened to me when I was like in 5th grade.
Really?
Yeah, I was walking home and I went into like a Rite Aid, and at that time, you know all the magazines with like the One Direction posters.
Oh my god!
And, like,
yes.
All of that. So I would always buy them from Rite Aid. So I was walking home from school. I stopped in Rite Aid, and there was a security guard working there. And he's doing the same thing. He's following me through the aisles. And I'm just like a little 5th grader, bro. Like,
yeah. And
I was so upset because I think when I was walking out, he was like, oh, can I see your backpack? Can I see your backpack? And
really?
I threw my backpack on the floor. And then I'm opening it. I'm like, look, there's nothing fucking in there.
Oh my god.
And I was so upset. I was cursing him out. Little 5th grade me.
I would be upset too.
But I was so upset because all throughout the aisle, and I was purposely, I was like going through the aisles, like waiting to see if he's like following me, and there he would be. And,
yeah, I think for little kids, that's creepy. So like be followed, especially like you're a girl and then he's a man and he's like following you around. You don't know their intentions. But then it's like I feel like once you find out, it's like they're doing that, they're targeting you because of like how you look. Like it just makes it worse. I feel like it's just like damn, like, you know, but. Have you ever like experienced discrimination like growing up, like other than that situation? Like was there any other situations?
Growing up, like my mom doesn't really speak English. She speaks really little, or she'll understand what you're saying in English, but she can't really have a conversation with you back. But a lot of times, like I've experienced that with her when I've been with her because she doesn't know how to speak English and stuff. So people are like, you know, being rude or being like, oh, you're in America, so you need to speak English.
Oh my god, I hate when people say that.
I hate
this
that
is
shit.
America. Well, Spanish is like the second like most popular language here.
Yeah.
And
well, technically, this is Native American ground, so we're all not from here.
Yeah, and it's a melting pot. Like we have like people from the entire world like living in America. Like I hate when people are like, oh, this is America. We speak English here. You know, it's sad. It's just very...
It is, because who builds everything?
Immigrants.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Who are construction workers. You don't see white people as construction workers. Mm-hmm. Very rarely.
Very rare, I feel like, yeah.
Yeah. But what about you? Have you ever experienced anything?
Yeah, actually. So, when I was, about, like, 2 years old, about to be 3, that's when the 9/11 attacks happened, right? And obviously, there's no doubt about it. 9/11 was just tragic. Like, no matter how you put it, no matter how many theories are out there, it was tragic. Like, people lost lives, people lost families, parents, kids, everything. But I think what people don't realize, it's like how it affected Muslims, right?
Yeah.
So
it kind of created like a negative connotation.
Mm-hmm. So it created like a negative, like this point of view towards Muslims. So I was very young, and I just remember my dad, like, he was talking to my mom, and he, at that time he was driving a taxi right in Manhattan, like the middle of Manhattan. He was a taxi driver, and in the midst of it all, like 9/11 happened. Thankfully, like that day, my dad like told me like he was not on duty, he was not working. So, thank God, you never know what could have happened. So, like, when the news broke out, like, who was responsible and all that, I just felt like my family as a whole dealt with a lot of discrimination. My dad, he, especially driving, like, the taxi cab in the middle of Manhattan where everything happened, it was just, like, he dealt with a lot. Like, people didn't even want to get in his taxi because he was, he was brown and he was Muslim. His name, obviously is a Muslim name, so people knew. My mom, she wears a hijab, and she was like, she dealt with a lot of discrimination. So, speaking on that, like, I remember entering kindergarten, which was like in 03, 04, and I just remember like people just looking at me weird, and I, like, mind you, this is the first day of school. I never done anything. I never did, I was just there like with my little cute, I think it was like my Dora backpack. So I was like, yeah, it's my first day of school, and nobody, like, I remember no one not wanting, like, any of the kids, like, they did not want to sit with me. They didn't want to, like, fucking, like, even talk to me. And I'm just like, yo, what the fuck did I do to these motherfuckers? Like, so, I remember, like, so I'm from Pakistan. So I have, like, we got, like, these pins, because our Independence Day is actually August 14th, which is, like, a month before school starts. Yeah. So we got these pins for Independence Day, and I wanted to, like, put it on my backpack. And my older brother and my sister at that time, they were like, no, don't do that. And I was like, why not? They're like, no, the kids are going to look at you, like, weird. And I'm like, why? And mind you, I'm 5 years old. Like, I'm like, what is going on? Like, I didn't understand that at that time. And then as I grew up, like, that's when I was like, oh, now I see why. I remember when I was in 6th grade, this kid literally said, like, oh, you're the reason 9/11 happened. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what? I was only 2 years old. How can I be the reason? Like, I never understood that. Like, I get what those families went through, but it's like, people need to understand what we Muslims, like, the whole went through, it affected us. So I think that always, like, traumatic for me. And like you said, like, your mom, she doesn't speak English. Like, my mom too, like, she had a very hard time speaking English growing up. And I remember there was, like, this one time she went to McDonald's because I wanted, like, frappe. My fat ass. But, like, I wanted a frappe. And she went in, and it was, like, 9 o'clock at night. And then she comes back out after like 5 minutes, and she's like, oh, they don't have anything. And I'm like, what? And then my dad was like, wait, what? He was like, yeah, he doesn't have any shakes, he doesn't have any frappes, nothing. And I was like, it's 9 o'clock, McDonald's open like fucking 24 hours, like, what are you talking about? Yeah. So my dad was like, okay, stay in the car, let me go and see. And my dad called, my dad was like, they have everything, like, what are you talking about? So my mom was like, wait, hold on, what is going on? So, like, my mom went in, and he's, like, literally talking to her, like, in sign language, like, she's, like, stupid or, like, deaf or whatever. He was like, not, like, actual sign language, he was like, no more, like this. My mom's like, I speak English. Like, her English is not 100% perfect, but yeah. My mom was like, I speak English. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, he was like, no more. And then my dad was like, this is my wife. Like, why are you talking to her like that? And then the second my dad said that, he like, changed up his attitude. So my mom was like, so you can't give me the fucking drinks, but you can give it to my husband. Because my dad's English is a lot better than my mom's. So, like, I remember that. Like, I went into the McDonald's because I was waiting in the car, and I was like, what's taking so long? And I just hear my mom, like, yelling at the guy, and my mom's like, you have no respect, and this and that. And he was, like, laughing in her face. He was like, get out of here, whatever. Like, he was brushing her off. Like, he was so disrespectful. And then the way he was talking to her, too, with the signs, like, no more, okay, yeah. No more. Like she's, like, stupid or something that she doesn't know. And I'm just like, You know, so I remember that clearly, and it was just very hurtful. Like, you know, my mom didn't do nothing to you. Like, you know, she just wanted a fucking frappe. Like, for me, like, I mean, I didn't get my frappe that night, but, you know, I didn't fucking want a frappe after that. But yeah.
That's sad how
it
people
is.
think it's okay to treat people like that.
It is really sad. Like, you know, people just, I don't know, like, people just don't have, like, the etiquettes and the manners. And, like, even now, like, I'm 26 years old, and I still deal with that, you know? Like, wherever I go, like, I get side-eyed or whatever, and I'm just like, okay, like, you know, I remember workplaces, too. I'm not gonna say where, but, like, a lot of workplaces are like that, you know, what that I dealt with as.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah.
I mean, even workplaces, it's like, sometimes they favor their own people rather than the others.
Yeah. I think you already know where I'm going with this. Like,
You
we
do.
literally experienced it.
We might work. I might work there right now.
I don't fucking work there anymore, but like we've experienced it. Like it was a lot of like favoring their own people, like promoting their own people, giving their own people like
first day on the job, promoted.
Oh yeah, first day on the job, like fucking promoted to a supervisor. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
But yeah,
You
like,
remember?
Yeah. We're talking to our director.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It was the second week.
Yeah, but like even like just like the mentality of it all, like where she works there now, but like where I used to work, like, you know, like I worked my ass off for like what 2 years before I got like a higher position, but then
For a 25-cent raise.
For 25 cents, mind you, there was like men, like forget the culture or like the race, but like men were getting paid more than me for doing. Yeah, like the gender, like men were getting paid more than me for doing like half the fucking job I was doing. And I had to fight for like I had to advocate for myself to get 25 cents. Like this is real shit. Like this is a real life story. And then after I got that 25 cents, like it did not make a fucking difference in my paycheck. So then I had to advocate again for another 25 cents.
I tried to advocate for myself. They're like, wait until January.
Like everybody gets a fucking raise in January.
I'm trying to be out by January. What do you mean?
Yeah, so like that's like the stuff that I've dealt with. Like I think with us, like it's a double whammy. Like we're women, and then our culture, like it plays a fact. And like to be honest though, like I don't know if a lot of people could relate to that. Growing up, I was ashamed to be like, you know, I'm brown or I'm from Pakistan. Like I did not want people to know. My parents would like try to talk to me in my language. Like we speak Urdu at home. So my parents would try to talk to me, and I was like, you know, just speak in English. Like, I would answer them back in English because I didn't want to talk in my language in front of people. Like, that's how ashamed I used to be. Because I used to think, like, oh, why am I, you know, brown? Why couldn't I just be, like, a white person? Or, you know, why couldn't I be Caucasian or whatever? But, like, now that I'm older, I'm just like, yo, like, fuck these haters. Like, I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of where I come from. I like that, you know, that I'm different from the rest, you know? Even if I'm at work right now, sometimes my parents will call me. I'll literally pick up the phone and I'll start talking in Urdu, and like all my coworkers, they're just like they're so fascinated, you know. They're like, oh my god, we wish we could speak another language. Like, I think they mean well, to be honest.
Yeah,
they mean well, but like, you know, people don't realize like.
Or it's like when white people go to a Mexican restaurant, they're like, gracias.
Oh yeah, they try to like the gracias.
Gracias.
Yeah. Gracias.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even me, because, well, growing up, my school was with a lot of Hispanic kids. So it was a lot of people, like, either Mexican or Ecuadorian or, I think, also Guatemalan, Colombian, like, Hispanic.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of, like, white kids or even black people, like, in my school. There was, like, a couple. But, so I was, growing up, I was around most of, like, my people, I guess. But then in high school, there was, like, different, culture, like Puerto Ricans, Dominicans. I was a lot more with like black people than my friends. And then we had like 2 white people in our school. Kind of crazy because I grew up with my mom, so it's mostly all the culture that I've grown up with is mostly Ecuadorian. My dad, he came here when he was 15, so he kind of just grew up here because 15 you're like in middle school basically. But he was a kid, so he doesn't really have much of his culture, like, you know? So I didn't really grow up with that. And then, but now, I'm even trying to learn, like, Mexican culture things. Because I'm proud to be Mexican.
Aww. Didn't you travel to Mexico a few years ago?
Yeah, but it was only to, like, the beach. Because my dad doesn't really have family in Mexico. Like, they either passed away or he doesn't really have contact with them. So, but I would love to, like, go to, like, a rancho where, you know, just, like, where you don't have a bathroom. You gotta shower with hot water from the kitchen.
Yeah.
I want to experience that. I like it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah. In Pakistan, like, growing up, like, we would always take trips to Pakistan. And it wasn't, we never had toilets. Like, we had, this thing where we had to squat to use the bathroom.
Oh, I thought you were going to say your lotas.
No. I mean, we had lotas too, but, like, we had, like, the thing where we had to squat and use the bathroom. And then, like, I felt so bad because, like, I don't know if I sound bougie, but, like, as a kid, I was like, oh, I don't want this. But, like, now it's like I go, I mean, obviously they have toilets now, you know, it's getting modernized, but, like, now I'm just like, okay, whatever. But, like, I remember taking, like, showers. Like, we didn't take, like, actual showers, but, like, we had the bucket with the water, and we just, like, you know, dip the cup and, like, throw it on us. And, like, you know, so, like, my mom or my dad, like, taking us to Pakistan growing up, I think it, like, helped us because, like, we were able to experience life over there, too. Like, we're not, like, you know, those, you know, in our 20s and going for the first time, and we, you know, we feel so bougie now and whatever. Like,
what is this?
What is going on? But yeah.
I hope people don't take offense to that. It's an inside joke.
Yeah, it's an inside joke, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, like, even, like, what you were saying, like, people kept calling you Mexican. Like, I was always, like, known as the Indian girl. And I'm like, I'm not from India.
Yeah, you're not even Indian.
Yeah, I'm not from India. And then the thing that I hated the most when people were like, oh, where are you from? And I'm like, oh, Pakistan. I'm like, no, it's the same thing.
But
no,
yeah,
it's fucking not.
Yeah.
India and Pakistan are two different fucking countries, guys. Like, yeah.
I had a best friend growing up. She was Bangladeshi, right?
Yeah, Bangladeshi.
And it would kind of piss me off too, like when I would talk about her with like, oh, my other friends, like, and they'd be like, oh yeah, she's from Bangladesh, and they're like, oh, so she's Indian, and I'm like, no, she's from Bangladesh, like that's not.
Like
or when people would refer to her as like, oh, the Indian.
Yeah.
I didn't like that because it's like, no, they're different countries.
I was always referred to like the Indian girl. I'm like, no, and I'm not Indian. It's like, and then it's like with, you know, like Asian people, like, you know, you have China, Korea, Japanese, like, you know, Chinese. Japan, like, everyone's like, oh, they're Chinese. I'm like, no, they're Asian. Just call them, if you don't know what they are, okay, you know, understandable. Just call them Asian. Like, now, too, like, people, like, they call me, like, brown, or you're brown. I'm like, yes, I am brown, thank you, because that's how we kind of describe, like, you know, it's like a term that we all describe each other, like, whether you're from Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, you know. So, like, even, like, with someone, like, you know, Korean, you know, they could be from Korea, China. I'm like, oh yeah, the Asian person, like the Asian girl, the Asian guy, because I can't assume like, oh, they're from China, you know. So it's like, you know, be respectful. Like I've heard so many like disrespectful things, not even just towards us, but like Asian people too, and it's just so disgusting. Like, grow up, you know. A lot of stereotypes. Yeah. Like,
it's very ignorant.
Yeah, but have you ever like dealt with any stereotypes?
Or even before, I didn't like to speak Spanish. Or, not that I was ashamed of it, but I would prefer to speak in English. But I mean, as I'm older and, like, I'm proud of who I am, I prefer to speak in Spanish,
Yeah, I find myself, like, I'd be like, yo, I'm cool as fuck. I know 2 languages.
You actually know 3 because you do know Spanish.
Oh, yeah, like, so I speak a little bit of Spanish. Because, like, no.
This bitch knows a lot of Spanish.
No, I don't.
You can have a whole conversation with this bitch in Spanish.
But yeah, but like, you know, I try my best. But like, I like to tell people I'm bilingual because like, you know, Spanish I know like bits and pieces, but I'm not like fluent in it. Yeah. So, but yeah, like I like the fact that I'm bilingual. Like I feel so cool. I'm like, oh, I'm cool as shit. Like
no, you're trilingual. Because when you worked, you know, at where I work,
market,
I would be surprised with like the whole conversations that you'd be taught. Like you would explain to people how to do like a certain thing
like the
or
new
how
hires and stuff.
Yeah,
really?
Like you would just speak it like you knew it.
I took 4 years of fucking Spanish, and I did not learn Spanish as much as I did like working at the supermarket. Like, cause it's just like I was talking, I kept talking and hearing people having conversations. That's how I learned.
You pick it up,
Yeah, I picked it up. So I mean, I try, but no, I'm not there yet. But
you know, when we would hang out a lot more, I would start to pick up like what certain things meant in when you guys would speak in Urdu, like with your family. But now I kind of forgot. Yeah. Like tique, I don't know.
Tique. Oh, like
I know that's a. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or even in growing up, when I would always hang out with my friend who's from Bangladesh, I would start to like pick up on like her language too, and I would, because her mom would always be like asho, and I knew that meant hurry up.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Aw, look at you, Peach.
But now it's all gone. That's all I remember. Asho.
Yeah.
What about you? Did you ever experience like any stereotypes?
Yeah. I was told, like, I remember when I told people like I'm in school, like I was in grad school or something like that. They were like, "Oh, you're gonna like for what? For to be a doctor or whatever?" I'm like, "No, like for social work." They're like, "Oh, okay." Like, and then they were like, "Oh, so you don't want to be a doctor? Isn't like your people like they're always like becoming doctors?" And I was like, first of all, I don't know what the fuck that means, my people. But like I was like, no, like I had no interest in being a doctor since I was like young. But yeah, like that, I remember that, like, I was just like, alright, like, what the fuck does that mean, my people, like, you know, because I guess they assume, like, all, like, people of brown descent, like, they become doctors or whatever, but yeah, that was one, and then, I remember, like, growing up, like, compared to, like, I feel like compared to my friends, my grades were a little, like, better, I guess, I don't know how to explain it, and I remember someone made a comment, like, back when I was in high school, they were like, oh, yeah, of course your grades are better, like, I'm like, what does that mean? Like, of course your grades are better, like, you know? And then... I
mean, not for nothing, you guys are really smart, but, like, I'm, like, to say it like that in, like, a negative kind of way, like, of course,
like,
that,
you know,
that
I was
puts,
just
like, a negative connotation to the
but I feel like the reason why, like, a lot of brown people, and this is, like, a fact, it's not even something that I'm making up, the reason why a lot of brown people, Asian people, like, they have their grades up is because of our parents. Our parents are, like, on our asses to, like, get good grades. And, like, not gonna lie, like, I was, like, a little bit of a riot growing up. So my grades used to be, like, in the 80s, because I was just, like, whatever. Like, I don't, you know, my brother and my sister, they were in the honors classes, honor society, advanced regents classes, whatever they were, like, but me, I was just, like, a little, like, okay, whatever. Like, but, like, even then, my grades were still, like, good, you know? So... it was because my parents would always be on our asses, making us study for, like, 2 hours a night and everything. And, like, there was a lot of, like, you know, Asian friends I had or brown friends that had, their parents were the same way. Yeah. Like, their parents were very strict on, like, education. Like, education is a big fucking deal, like, in our culture. But, yeah, so, especially, like, me being, you know, a woman and, like, being brown, it was, like, I think I had, like, a higher, like, the cards were, like, stacked against me even more because I had to, like, really... you know, deliver, but yeah. But, like, yeah, the way the person said it, I was just like, alright, you don't have to fucking say it like that.
But kind of the way that you worded it.
Yeah, the way, like, it was worded, I was like, okay. But, yeah. So, that was, like, some of the things. But, like, I mean, looking back, like, I feel like it does, like, bother me, but then again, it doesn't, because, like, at that point, like, in the early 2000s, like, people weren't as, like, I guess, aware of, like, cultures than they are now. Like, I remember, like... Ramadan, Eid, like, we, you know, no one knew what the fuck Ramadan and Eid were. Like, we didn't even have off at that time, and my parents would have to, like, you know, request for off for Eid, and they would literally, like, put in a special request, like, you know, like, this has to be excused absent, this is for religion purposes, and then I would actually put, like, henna on my arms, and people were like, what is that? Well, what is that? Like, they used to, like, look at my arm, like, touch my arm like this, and, like, oh, what is that?
Like, it's dirty.
Yeah, like, it's dirty, and I was like, this is fucking henna. They were like, what, huh? And then it wasn't until, like, I think I got into maybe, I would say junior year of high school, like, going into college and all that, like, that's when people started to, like, know what henna is. Now everybody is, like, so fucking obsessed with it.
I used to rock it, too, because, like I said, my friend was Bangladesh.
But growing up, like, people didn't, like, know. And then I remember people, like, some kids, like, from school, they were like, oh, can I do, like, a dragon here or stuff like that? I'm like, alright, like, shut the fuck up.
Bro, me and my friend, we used to do it on ourselves. So, you got, like, 2 6, 7-year-olds. Those are some ugly ass designs.
But, like, it's so sad because it used to be so pretty and I used to love it. And then when I used to go to school, everyone's just, like, giving me, like, side eyes and nasty.
I mean, especially when you get it, like, professionally done, it looks beautiful.
And, like, especially for Eid, my dad loves, like, me and my sister get our henna done. So, you know, no one knew about it. I'm just like, alright. Like, and then, but now everyone knows about henna, they know about Eid, they know about, they're so, like, they know a lot, like, about cultures now, which I love, and they teach it in school, so I love, like, I feel like we're growing, but there are certain people out there whose mentalities are never going to change.
Yeah.
No matter what happens. So it's like, you know. But I do love the fact that, you know, there's efforts being made.
Back to the henna stuff that you were saying, we're in 2025. So
yeah, it's your body, your choice. Fuck
Yeah.
the haters.
I mean, not even that, but just the way you dress or the way, or what you choose to have on your body, I guess. It doesn't have to associate you with anything negative. It's just you're your own person.
Yeah. No, I get that. It's just... I feel like it's just hard for people to realize that, you know? Like, it's your body, your choice, you know? But yeah.
My parents went the hard way.
Rebel child.
Yeah.
I haven't been a rebel, so... I mean, in school, a little bit, but, like... I got my shit
tattoos. I want to get more. I just haven't. I mean, they're expensive. So.
Oh, yeah, with the kid?
But, yeah. I remember I would just call my mom and be like, don't get mad. She's like, what did you do? I'm like, I got another tattoo. No, but she's okay with it. As long as it's not like a devil or something like that. Yeah. Then she doesn't really care.
Okay with it?
Yeah. I mean, I have a fucking butterfly in front. Like, yeah.
Yeah. I was just like looking at my phone. My dad texted me. I didn't know he knew how to text. I just assumed he didn't know.
But before we end, do you have any advice for the people listening on how to deal with discrimination? Or?
Yeah, like, fuck the haters. But, like, other than that, like, just be, I know, like, especially, like, if you're, like, you know, you're in your teenage years, it's so hard to, like, be true to yourself because it's a lot of peer pressure, wanting to fit in, wanting to have friends. Like, I get that.
And on top of that, you're still figuring yourself out.
Exactly, and I get that, and I'm pretty sure you get that. Like, we've been there, but, like, just stay true to yourself. Don't be ashamed of who you are, because at the end of the day, no matter what you do to fit in and assimilate yourself into the American culture, your identity is still going to be your identity. Yeah, it's never going to leave you. And, like, you know, you're always, like, you know, going to be from that, you know, culture, whether you're Asian, Hispanic, Native American, Caucasian, you know, South Asian, like, it's always going to be you. And your last name is not going to change either. Your last name is probably going to be, like, Khan, Lee, Chen, you know, Ramirez, and so it's always going to, like, you know, be your name, like, unless you want to change your name, but that's always going to be your identity. Yeah. So don't be ashamed of it, you know?
You can't change who you are, so you might as well embrace it.
Exactly. And, like, our parents, like, and that's your parents' name. Like, your parents, I'm pretty sure they worked so hard to raise
like, think
you.
about your family and how they would feel that you're ashamed of who you are, where you come from. You know?
Yeah. Like, mind you, my fucking, like, people, like, they can't even pronounce my name right. They'd be like, that's another thing. They'd be, like, calling me, like, so my last name is McKire. And I remember people used to say McCurry. McCurry, and I'm just like, what the fuck? But yeah. But yeah. So anyways, but yeah, just stay true to yourself. That's all like I can tell you, and like don't be ashamed of who you are. You know, because like one day you're gonna have kids, and your kids are gonna ask like, hey, mom, where, like, or dad, where are you from? Or
and you're gonna want them to be proud of where you guys come from.
Exactly. So that's all I have to say. Do you have anything? No. All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in and listening to our stories. We hope that you guys like it. Please follow, subscribe, comment, tell your friends and family, and we hope to see you next week. Bye.
Bye, guys.